Some of the wealthiest people you will ever meet do not look rich at all because they stopped buying things. They stopped buying the things that keep other people constantly trying to look rich. And that sounds simple, but it is powerful. A few years ago, a young insurance specialist named Calvin was invited to the home of his client Raymond Ellis. Calvin already knew Raymond had money. Not regular, comfortable money, but serious money that most people could only dream about. Raymond owned several commercial buildings, had sold part of a company years earlier, and had investments that changed his life forever. When Calvin got the invitation, he expected the house to completely match the bank account he already knew Raymond had. He pictured a long driveway, a gate, luxury cars, a front door bigger than most apartment walls, and marble floors. But when Calvin pulled into the neighborhood, he honestly thought the GPS had made a very big mistake that day. The houses were nice but normal, with older trees, mailboxes at the curb, kids riding bikes, and basketball hoops in driveways. Then he pulled up to Raymond's house, which was a clean one-story brick home with a small front porch. The driveway had 2 cars in it. One was an older SUV and the other was a sedan at least 10 years old. No luxury logo, no showpiece car. No dramatic entrance, just 2 ordinary cars sitting quietly in a plain driveway. Raymond opened the door wearing a plain polo shirt, faded jeans, and house slippers with a watch from a department store. He smiled, shook Calvin's hand, and invited him in like they were old friends who had known each other for years. Inside, the living room was comfortable but dated. The couch was clean but not new, and the television was not huge. The dining table had scratches on it from years of use, and the kitchen was nice but not meant to impress guests. Dinner was simple: baked chicken, rice, green beans, and iced tea with no chef, no expensive wine, and no fancy plates. Calvin kept looking around, trying to understand how someone with that much money could honestly live so normally every single day. At one point, Raymond noticed Calvin staring at the old dining table and laughed, saying that table had been with them a long time. Calvin said he just expected something different, and Raymond nodded and said that most people always do expect something very different. Then Raymond said something Calvin never forgot, and it completely changed the way Calvin thought about money from that evening forward. Raymond said most people think money gives you permission to buy more, but he believed money gives you permission to stop. He meant permission to stop buying things you do not need. And that line stuck because Raymond was not cheap at all. He traveled with his wife, helped his grandchildren with school, paid for good health care, and gave generously when it truly mattered. But he refused to waste money on things that only created image, bills, stress, or pressure that added nothing real to his life. Real wealth is not always about what someone can buy. Sometimes real wealth is revealed by what someone completely refuses to buy. Most people ask only one question before buying something, and that question is simply whether they can afford it right now. That sounds responsible, but it is not enough, because a person can afford something and still be making a very bad decision. You can afford a payment and still be making your life harder. You can afford a brand name and still be overpaying. Wealthy-minded people ask a different and deeper question. They ask whether something is actually worth what it will truly cost them. That question does not just look at the price tag. It looks at the real cost, including bills, repairs, and lost value. Will this make my life better, or will it only make me look better? Am I buying this because I feel pressure? That is how wealthy people protect their money. And it is not that they are always smarter in every area of life. Many of them have simply learned to slow down before spending because they know money leaks quietly through everyday habits we ignore. So let us talk about 12 things wealthy people often refuse to buy, and why the lesson is bigger than the items. Number 1, extended warranties and protection plans. You have seen this moment before when you buy an appliance or a device, right when you are ready to check out. The cashier asks if you would like to add a protection plan today. It sounds responsible and safe, but stores push these plans because they make money from them. not because they help you most. If protection plans were usually a great deal for customers, companies would simply not be so eager and aggressive about selling them. Think about a $900 washing machine with a $180 protection plan and fear driving that entire decision. But if you buy protection plans on every appliance, phone, and gadget, you may spend thousands over the years on fear alone. Wealthy-minded people often self-insure, meaning they keep money set aside for repairs instead of paying every store for extra protection coverage. If something breaks, they pay for it. If nothing breaks, they keep the money. And that is not careless, it is smart. Number 2, brand names when the cheaper version works exactly the same. Walk through a grocery store and you will see this everywhere. One bottle has the famous name and another sits beside it with the store name at a noticeably lower price point always. A lot of people grab the brand name out of habit and comfort because marketing has made them trust and remember that product. But wealthy-minded people are loyal to value, not labels. And value means what you actually get for what you truly pay. With basic medicine, many store brands have the same active ingredient and dose as the famous brand sitting right beside them. If the ingredient doing the work is the same, the expensive name may not give you anything extra worth paying more for. A few dollars saved may not make you wealthy overnight, but a lifetime of refusing to overpay changes your relationship with money forever. Number 3, the newest version of everything. Because new releases are specifically designed to make you feel behind and inadequate about what you own. A new phone, car model, watch, or laptop comes out and suddenly what you already have is made to feel completely old. Wealthy-minded people do not fall for that as easily because they understand that being first to buy is always the most expensive position. The first buyers usually pay the highest price and often deal with early bugs, defects, and issues that get fixed quietly later. Your current phone works. It calls, texts, takes pictures, and runs your apps. So does upgrading for a brighter screen truly help you? Wealthy-minded people often wait, letting the excitement cool down and giving the price enough time to drop to something much more reasonable. The lesson is not never upgrade. The lesson is do not upgrade just because a company told you your working thing is outdated. Number 4, premium versions they do not actually need. Because the word premium sounds better, smarter, and like the choice successful people make. But better does not matter if you do not use the benefit you are paying extra money every single month to access. This shows up in premium gas when your car only requires regular, or the highest internet speed when you only stream shows. The most expensive subscription plan when you use only the basic features is another perfect example of paying for what you never touch. If your owner's manual says regular gas is fine, premium gas may not help your car at all in any meaningful way. In that case, you are not buying better performance. You are buying a feeling. And feelings repeated monthly can become very expensive habits. Wealthy-minded people are not impressed by the word premium. They care about fit, meaning the product matches the actual real need they have. Number 5, bottled water as a daily household habit. Because buying one bottle while traveling is not the problem at all here. Buying cases of bottled water every week without thinking is where the problem quietly grows. Inside what feels like totally normal spending, a family picks up 2 or 3 cases at the store, adds them to the cart, and barely even notices the cost adding up. If a household spends $15 a week on bottled water, that becomes hundreds of dollars, disappearing every single year without any awareness. For many families, a basic water filter could solve the same problem for much less money spread out over a reasonable period of time. Wealthy-minded people ask if there is a better way to get the same result. And that question applies to many repeated daily purchases. Number 6, high-fee money products. Because a fee is money. You pay for a service, and some fees quietly take far too much. Wealthy-minded people pay attention to fees because fees can act like small holes in a bucket, slowly letting money leak out unseen. High fees show up in bank accounts, investment accounts, credit cards, retirement plans, insurance products, and many financial services people sign without reading. If a bank charges you monthly just to hold your money but another bank offers the same service free, that is worth questioning. Money lost to unnecessary fees cannot grow, cannot protect you. and cannot support the future choices and freedom you are working toward building. Number 7, timeshares and vacation deals that create ongoing bills. Because vacation deals can sound completely beautiful and perfect in the moment presented. A couple gets invited to a presentation with a free dinner or gift card, and someone paints a picture of easy, happy vacations. Then comes the pressure. The offer is only good today. The price will go up, and the family absolutely deserves this wonderful thing. That is how people sign contracts. They barely understand, and a timeshare can become very hard to sell, cancel, or escape from later. Wealthy-minded people are careful with anything sold through pressure, because a truly good deal should survive you taking real time to think. A vacation should give you rest and memories. It should never become a financial trap that follows you home as a permanent bill. Number 8, lottery tickets and gambling as an actual financial plan. Because this is not about judging someone who buys a ticket occasionally. The problem starts when luck becomes the plan, and people say somebody has to win, which is true, but possible is not likely. Saving money may not be exciting, but it works. Paying down debt lowers stress, and investing steadily gives your money a real chance to grow. $15 a week on lottery tickets becomes hundreds of dollars a year and thousands over many years for people who never win big. Wealthy-minded people do not want their future depending on a lucky number. They want it built on habits they can actually control themselves. Number 9, full price when the price can honestly be questioned. Because many people pay full price since asking for better feels uncomfortable. They do not want to seem difficult or feel embarrassed, so they accept the first number given and move on without saying anything. Wealthy-minded people understand that asking is not begging. It is simply business, and negotiating calmly can save real money on many purchases. Is there a better price available? Are there any discounts I qualify for? Can you match this offer? Is this your best price? These simple questions can save money on cars, furniture, medical bills, contractor estimate, cable bills, internet plans, and insurance renewals over time. Many companies have discounts they do not offer unless someone asks. And many bills have more flexibility than the sticker price ever suggests. Number 10, brand new furniture for every room. Because there is a certain pressure when people move into a new home or apartment. They want everything finished right away, so they go to the furniture store and buy full sets, sometimes financing all of it together. The house looks beautiful, but now the home has another payment attached to it, and furniture loses value almost immediately. After any purchase, wealthy-minded people move slower, buying one good piece at a time, using what they have, or buying gently used furniture without rushing. A peaceful home is better than a perfect-looking home with stressful payments, following you into every single month of your financial life ahead. Number 11, consumer purchases on payment plans. Because payment plans make it easier than ever to buy things before you truly have the money. Clothes, electronics, furniture, jewelry, and vacations can all look affordable when the checkout screen says pay in 4 or small monthly payment options. But payment plans turn today's desire into tomorrow's obligation, and when you collect too many obligations, your paycheck disappears before you even touch it. If you borrow money for something that loses value quickly, you may still be paying long after all the excitement is completely gone. Interest is extra money you pay for borrowing. So if something costs $1,000 and you pay $1,200, that extra $200 bought nothing real. Wealthy-minded people try not to pay extra for impatience. They would rather wait, save, and buy with full control over their own money. Number 12, gifts that create bills for other people. Because some gifts look generous in the moment but create real ongoing costs for recipients. Someone gives a child a pet, but the parents now have food bills, vet bills, grooming costs, and ongoing daily responsibility forever after that. Someone gives a device that needs a monthly subscription or a large item that needs expensive storage, and the kind gift becomes a burden. Wealthy-minded people think beyond the purchase price and ask what this will cost the other person later. Because real generosity always considers the full picture. When you look at all 12 things, the pattern becomes very clear. Wealthy-minded people are refusing waste, pressure, hidden costs, and fake status signals. Cheap people hate spending even when it would help. But clear people hate wasting money on things that do absolutely nothing real for them. Wealth is not only built by what you earn, it is built by what you keep. And what you keep is protected by what you refuse.